Want to make that moment more intense and unforgettable? Get ready to discover the secrets you need for an experience that will blow your partner's mind. In this video, we explain the methods that will maximize your sexual energy and give them a moment they will never forget. Stay tuned to learn all these secrets. Sexual energy represents not only physical but also spiritual power. This energy can affect every aspect of our lives and has great potential when managed correctly. Are you ready to discover how you can keep your sexual energy higher with the guidance of Stoic philosophy? Now, let's examine together how you can use this power most efficiently. Stoic principles that increase sexual energy. Sexual energy is a source that exists in the depths of life and feeds the inner power of a person. When directed correctly, this energy has the power to transform not only an individual's sexual life, but also their mental and spiritual state. Stoic philosophy offers profound teachings on how to manage this energy consciously. Great Stoic thinkers such as Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus emphasized the importance of establishing a balance in the inner world of a person. According to them, the control of all emotions, including sexual energy, is one of the basic elements that provide an individual's inner peace and happiness. However, this control should not be achieved through suppression or denial, but rather through conscious awareness. Stoic philosophy advises the individual to observe their thoughts and desires, and to confront their own nature in the process. The secret to keeping sexual energy high is to accept this energy, make peace with it, and direct it towards a higher purpose. This philosophical approach accepts that sexual energy is not just a physical desire, but also a life force that comes from the depths of the soul. Transforming this power into a creative energy deepens the individual's relationships with both themselves and their environment. Stoic principles that increase sexual energy focus on increasing the individual's inner strength and mental resistance. This means living with a deeper understanding and search for meaning, rather than living a life based solely on physical pleasures. Sex and mind, psychological methods to keep libido alive. Sexuality and the mind are two fundamental forces that shape a person's deepest desires and impulses. The connection between these two concepts goes beyond just physical satisfaction and leaves a deep mark on the emotional and mental world of a person. The basis of Stoic philosophy is the belief that the power of the mind can control all desires of an individual, and therefore also their sexual desire. The mind plays an important role as both the source and controller of sexual desire. Conscious thoughts and mental focus are key factors in directing sexual energy. Stoic thinkers argue that an individual can consciously control their desires by training their mind. This control is a tool that an individual can use to increase or decrease their sexual desire. Psychological methods to keep libido alive emphasize the importance of mental discipline. Meditation, awareness, and deep breathing techniques calm the mind and allow sexual desire to be directed in a healthy way. These techniques help the individual establish a balance in their inner world and ensure that sexual energy remains constantly high. Another way to increase sexual energy using mental power is to practice positive thinking. Positive thoughts stimulate the brain's reward center and fuel sexual desire. Stoics argue that an individual's mental state has a direct impact on physical desires. Therefore, feeding the mind with positive thoughts is one of the keys to keeping sexual energy high. In this process, mental awareness allows the individual to better understand their own desires and needs. This understanding deepens the individual's relationship with both themselves and their partner, making their sexual life more satisfying. Stoics emphasize that sexual desires must undergo mental discipline, and that this lack of discipline can harm both the individual and their relationships. Another important way to keep sexual energy alive is to maintain mental balance. Mental balance provides the individual with inner peace and happiness, while also ensuring that sexual desires are experienced in a healthy way. Nutritional habits that feed sexual desire. The human body is shaped not only by mental and emotional elements, but also by physical nutrition. The foundations of sexual desire are directly related to the nutrients taken into the body. Proper nutrition nourishes sexual energy and increases libido. Stoic thinkers believe that a healthy body supports a healthy mind and soul. This belief is also valid in terms of sexuality. The effect of nutrients on sexual energy is undeniable. Certain vitamins and minerals such as zinc, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids regulate the body's hormonal balance and increase sexual desire. A sufficient and balanced diet supports the body's overall health and positively affects sexual performance. Stoics argue that the body and soul work as a whole and emphasize that this integrity should be preserved. However, unhealthy nutritional habits such as processed foods and excessive sugar consumption can reduce sexual energy and lower libido. The body's natural rhythm and hormonal balance can be disrupted by poor nutritional habits. Stoic philosophy advises avoiding such extremes and adopting a natural lifestyle. Natural nutrition of sexuality is a reflection of this philosophy. Foods that support sexual health include especially green leafy vegetables, red meat, fish and nuts. These foods not only increase sexual energy, but also support general body health. Stoic thought argues that proper nutrition of the body is directly related to spiritual calmness and inner peace. Sexual desire is nourished and strengthened as part of this peace. As a result, eating habits that nourish sexual desire support both physical and mental health. Choosing the right foods and adopting a healthy diet play a critical role in keeping sexual energy high. Under the guidance of Stoic philosophy, realizing the effect of nutrition on sexuality and acting accordingly improves both the physical and mental health of the individual. Managing stress that threatens sexuality with Stoic methods. One of the biggest factors that negatively affects sexual life is the destructive power of stress. In today's world, ever-increasing stress factors can reduce sexual desire and drain energy. Stoic philosophy offers ways to cope with stress, and these ways are also key to preserving sexual energy. Stress causes hormones such as cortisol to increase in the body, which directly affects sexual desire. Increased cortisol levels can reduce sexual energy and weaken libido. Stoics emphasize the importance of controlling stress and maintaining mental peace. Mental balance plays a critical role in maintaining sexual health. Stress management with Stoic methods allows the individual to be at peace with himself. This peace supports not only mental peace, but also sexual energy. Meditation, deep breathing and being more conscious in daily life practices help the individual cope with stress and keep his sexual energy high. These practices support both the mental and physical health of the individual. However, in order to minimize the effects of stress on sexual life, it is necessary to regularly resort to relaxation techniques. Stoic philosophy advises the individual to establish a balance in his inner world. This balance reduces stress and revives sexual desire. Sexuality can only develop in an environment where the body and mind are in harmony. This is necessary to reduce the negative effects of stress on sexual life and to maintain a healthy sexual life. Learning ways to manage stress and achieve mental balance under the guidance of Stoic philosophy is important to preserve and increase sexual energy. This balance deepens the relationship of the individual with both himself and his partner and makes his sexual life more satisfying. Relational bonds that enrich sexual life. The richness of sexual life is not just about physical satisfaction. Deep and meaningful relational bonds nourish this richness. Emotional commitment and trust form the source of sexual energy. Stoics argue that strong and solid relationships create a balance in the inner world of a person. This balance allows sexual desire to gain a deeper meaning and to create a strong bond between two people. Relational bonds are one of the basic elements of increasing sexual energy. Trust and commitment allow the individual to experience deep satisfaction in the relationship with his partner. This satisfaction contributes to a more meaningful and satisfying sexual life. Stoic thought argues that a sexual life nourished by love and commitment is also critical for a person's spiritual and mental health. Trust and communication enrich sexual life and strengthen the bond between two people. This bond forms the basis for a deeper and more meaningful relationship, not just in sexuality but in all areas of life. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that honesty and loyalty are the cornerstones of a healthy relationship. These values help to keep sexual energy constantly high. As a result, the relational bonds that enrich sexual life go beyond just physical satisfaction and create deep love and understanding between two people. These bonds, guided by Stoic philosophy, keep sexual energy high and strengthen the relationship of the individual with both himself and his partner. Sex and self-control, the art of directing sexual energy. Sexual energy is one of the strongest desires of man, and keeping this energy under control requires deep inner strength. The Stoics argue that consciously directing sexual energy is vital for both the spiritual and physical health of the individual. When directed correctly, this energy can add meaning and depth to the individual's entire life. The art of self-control is about directing sexual energy to a higher purpose. This does not mean that the individual suppresses their desires, but rather uses them more creatively and productively. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that keeping desires under control provides the individual with inner peace and happiness. This control also helps to make their sexual life more satisfying. Directing sexual energy allows the individual to understand themselves better. This process goes beyond just physical satisfaction and allows sexuality to gain a deeper meaning. Stoic thinkers argue that consciously directing this energy can have a permanent effect on the individual's life. This effect transforms the individual's relationships with both themselves and their environment. As a result, the art of controlling and directing sexual energy increases the individual's inner strength and spiritual serenity. Guided by Stoic philosophy, directing this energy to a higher purpose makes the individual's sexual life more satisfying and meaningful. This process deepens the individual's relationship with themselves and gives new meaning to their life. In this video, we explored ways to keep your sexual energy high and have a more satisfying sexual life. Stoic philosophy guides us in this process and shows us how to direct our inner power. By integrating these teachings into your life, you can direct your sexual energy to a higher purpose and enrich your life. Thank you for watching. See you again in the next video.